Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. Now, in today's video, we're going to explore a brush care line that I was able to pick up from AK. Abtielung 502, which I do believe is German for battalion. So Battalion 502, I think it was a Stug battalion actually but that's here nor there. They have a company that you can purchase these through the AK website. There's a couple of different product here. You have the magic potion, and then you have the magic gel. The magic potion is like a solvent that you soak your brushes in, and it removes and loosens and gets rid of and makes the paint or glue or whatever you have on your brushes easier to clean off, right? And then once you get them clean, you move on to step 2, which is the magic gel, where you put a coat of this magic gel on your brush, and then you bring it down to a point, and then you let it sit, and it reforms the brushes. Okay, so I've got a couple of brushes here, 3 brushes that I plan to work on in this video. Now, this video is going to be a 2-part video, where this first part is me showing the gel and the magic potion, putting these brushes into the potion, but then we're going to have to let it sit for 24 hours because there's no instructions, there's no directions or anything like that on the bottle anywhere. There's no label telling you how to do it or anything like this. But on the AK website, when you buy this, it does have a little splurb on the side that says, soak the tip of your brush in the potion for 24 hours. So that's what we're going to do. So let's take a look at the gel, because we're not going to be using it today, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. You can see my focus is coming in and out. I put it on autofocus because I was going to want to show you the brushes that I'm going to be using. So you unscrew this, obviously, and there is a quality seal on here that I'm not going to break. I'm going to peel off. I don't see a spot. Okay, there we go. Look at that blue potion right there, or blue gel. Okay, so yeah. Okay, we'll be using that tomorrow after I clean my brushes. Which will all be on the same video. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop the video, save it, and then tomorrow night we'll record the second half of this video, and then we'll put it all together and you'll get to see the entire thing. Okay, so let's take a close look at some of these brushes. These two here are Trans and Art brushes. I'm not sure what brush that is, but I'm putting my hand here so that it'll focus properly. Look at that brush. Got some work that needs to be done, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, that's one of these brushes. Let's look at this other one. Looks like it might even be worse. got some paint, some hair fibers sticking out. We're going to see if I can clean all that off and fix this brush. Look at that. That's horrible. And then this brush as well. Look how caked on the paint is right there close to the flume. That is the metal part that holds the bristles. All right. So, when I was opening this bottle, I found that I had to push down and twist. Like, see, I can twist this and it's not going to come off. Right? I got to push down and twist. It's kind of a safety feature for young kids, which I appreciate. Now, you don't want to just stick this in and leave it overnight, because what will happen is, well, when you stick it in, it'll go all the way to the bottom and it'll bend your bristles and all that, and you don't want that. So you need to find a way that you can put it in without it falling all the way down. So that's why I grabbed 3 brushes, and I've got a clamp here. I plan to clamp these 3 brushes together in a way, there you go, where when I put it in the bottle, it won't go further than the clamp sitting right there. It won't go any deeper than that, right? I don't know, is there a way that I could clamp even further down? Okay, I can. So let's see if I can get these brushes in. They're barely in the water, so, or yeah, so that clamp's going to have to go further up. Yeah, right there should be good. Maybe a rubber band might work as well. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it's in the liquid. And there it is. These have thick handles right here. These little parts of the handles that kind of are a little bit larger. So that catches on the edge of the bottle, which is really good. That way it doesn't go like all the way to the bottom. And this just holds them together so they don't fall in. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to set that off to the side. We're going to let that soak for 24 hours, and then we'll come back tomorrow and take it out, clean them off the best of my ability, and then we'll reform it with the gel. All right, so I'll see you in just a few seconds. All right, we are back. It has been 24 hours. I've had these brushes soaking in the magic potion. Let's go ahead and get those out. Now, one thing that I was worried about over the last 24 hours, okay, we got the autofocus going. One thing I was worried about was with the paintbrushes sticking up so high, would this make the bottle top heavy and would it fall over? And this is a glass bottle, actually. This actually has quite a bit of weight to it, and with the liquid in it, it didn't feel like it was going to tip over. But if I had bumped the table or something like that, it might have tipped over. So I would recommend putting it maybe in a can or something, or another container that would keep it from tipping over. Luckily, it didn't. So go ahead and get these bad boys out of here. All right. See, it doesn't want to open without applying pressure. I really like that. The safety feature if you have kids or whatever. Okay, so now that it's been soaked, I'm going to go ahead and I've got me a little paper towel here to clean them off. I am going to swirl them around in my soapy water. It's off camera. Basically just to get the materials off. Plus I'm going to switch to a better set of glasses, one that is more magnified so I can see exactly what's going on. I can still see the white paint but these bristles seem very soft, like he softened them down. And it does also say that if it's very difficult or very stubborn or a really bad case, that you could do it 2 or 3 times. Okay, now if you remember, this one had paint all the way almost up into the flume. And you can see the paint coming off. Well, maybe you can't. You can see the paint actually coming off onto the paper towel. You see these lines? I don't know if you can. With the white is like, cause it to. Now I have a little bit of a issue with, okay, that's actually got right back to a point. Okay. Finally, this one. Okay, I have a little bit of an issue. It's not an issue. I guess it's a concern. That if I have to soak my brush in the potion for 24 hours, and I'm only going to be putting maybe 3 or 4 brushes in at a time. I don't know if you know how many brushes I've got over here. It might take, if I'm only putting 3 brushes in, I would have to have a constant changing of my brushes, like every day putting 2 or 3 brushes in, every day putting 2 or 3 brushes in. And it would just be a cycling process. Now, if I could just swirl it around in the potion and have it clean the brush, that would be excellent. But that's not what they recommend for that. Now, if I could take a brush, dunk it in the potion, soak it up, and then just let it sit on the table with the potion on the bristles, maybe work it into the bristles and then let it sit for 24 hours, then I could do all my brushes overnight. And I think that would be acceptable. Okay, so now we're going to go with the magic gel for brushes. Now, there's no instructions on the website or on the packaging for this magic gel. I have seen a couple of YouTubers, and neither one of them are speaking English. One was speaking Thai and another one was speaking French. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So this is partially not a tutorial, but a learning experience. Okay, so I've completely coated the bristles with the blue gel, and I plan to use my palm, maybe one of my lifelines here. I plan to use one of my lifelines to work the gel into the bristles. Rolling the brush, and you can see this has got kind of a channel that I could spin it in one of the channels, and you can see how it brings I'm going to put my hand here just so you can, how it brought that point back. Okay. Pretty good. Now this one's got a little bit of a split towards the end. I turned off the autofocus. Because it wasn't focusing nice and close, so I went ahead and went in manually. Okay, that brought the tip back. It's really good. Okay, now the blue gel, you should leave it on the brush until the next time you use it. And then what you do is you just rinse it off with water before you start painting. But what it's going to do is it's going to kind of dry, keeping those bristles nice and tight. Okay, so we're gonna experiment here before I let you guys go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use this magic potion more as a wash and not as something to soak. So I'm going to take a brush that's close to already good. You know, it's like it's not too far off from being good. Kind of like this guy right here. Okay, what's going on? Okay, you can see it right there, how it's kind of separated, not a very good point. So I'm kind of I'm rotating the brush with the bristles against the wall so that it kind of gives it it agitates it. And then against the inside of the lid. Now you can see I'm holding the bottle because I don't want this thing to tip over or fall or anything like that. All right, now that was after the initial wash. Just the shake through. That looks really good, actually, just the way it is. All right, but we're going to put some blue gel on that. Soap and water first. Clean off the magic potion. Stick it in the blue goo. To help shape the brush. And then what we'll do is we'll just let that sit. I think I might not need a 24-hour soak. Okay, let's try one that's a little bit more severe. Okay, this guy, pretty severe. It's supposed to be a point. And you can see there's all this paint residue that wasn't cleaned off with soap and water. This is just the rattling of the metal against the bottle, right? Actually, this might be a plastic bottle, but it feels glass. But now I'm rubbing it up against the neck. And it seems like it's loosening it feels like the bristles are becoming soft, which is really cool. Okay. Okay, that's, well, we can't see it. Okay, that's just with the magic potion. Tighten up the tip. I mean, it's not perfect yet. Okay, after soap and water, get some of the blue gel. Now, this is a very large brush. This is a size 1 round brush. Yeah, and so I brought that back to life, it looks like. All right, well, thanks for coming out. in watching and learning a little bit about the Abtielung 502 magic gel for brushes and the Abtielung 502 magic potion for brushes. I think if you were only going to get one of these products and not both, I would get the magic potion, right? The gel is an added. It's a nice accessory to maintain your tips on your brushes over time. But if you need like an instant clean, I would go with and I don't think it needs a 24-hour soak. If it's a really bad, like it's caked on or something like that, then I would, maybe if it was something like that, maybe I would try a 24-hour soak. But just your normal brush usage, I think you could just, like when you're done with, or maybe once a week or once a month, you go through and refresh all your brushes. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out and checking this out. If you are interested in picking up any historical miniatures, painted or boxed, check out my eBay store. And if you are looking for something painted for you on commission, you should contact me at my email address right here, and I'll be glad to quote you a price and give you my price schedule. All right. Thanks for coming out and checking it out, and I'll catch you in the next video.